Welcome to the SBAC test review packet. This is going to be covering chapter 1, which is page 1. This is the solutions for the SBAC test review packet. Number 1 says James states that ax plus b equals to a parentheses x plus c close the parentheses, given that a, b, c are non-zero constants. What are non-zero constants? Basically any number that is not zero. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 8, -1, -2. It's any number just not zero. Okay, what must be true for the value of c for James' statement to be true? Okay, so grab the original equation. Okay, because you have to do some algebraic manipulation here. Distribute the a to both terms in the parentheses. So a times x, which is ax, a times c is ac. That's how it looks after it's simplified. Again, you must be looking for the value of c because it says what must be the value of c. In other words, solve for c. How do I get c alone? Subtract ax from both sides. You get ax here minus ax, so this cancels out. So you're left with b equals to ac. Try to get c alone, so you divide by a to both sides. You get c equals to ba. Therefore, your answer is D, which is ba. Your only way to do this is to understand the algebra, which is to distribute, understand what you have to subtract and divide by to get the single variable alone. There's no way about this. You just have to practice the algebra to figure out that c equals to b over a. Next, 2. Max reads a total of 37 books over the summer, and Alex also reads a total of 37 books over the summer. Alex reads 5 more books than Max. Enter the number of books Max read. This question seems a little bit weird, and I understand why it's weird. Even writing it was weird because it comes from the SBAC test question. So let me show you the original SBAC question, okay? This is the release SBAC test question that this review packet was based on, and this particular question, okay? Simon and Nag read a total of 23 books over the summer. Simon read 5 more books than Nag. Enter the number of books Nag reads. And the answer here, if you look at the key, is 9. And I can show you the math on how they got it. So Simon and Nag read a total of 23 books. They should have said that. Nag is x and Simon is x plus 5 because they read the same amount. They should have said that. They read the same amount. But Simon read 5 more, so it's x plus 5. The reason why this is x is because he read an amount and Simon read Nag's amount plus 5. But you don't know what that amount is. So it is x for Nag and x plus 5 for Simon. If you plug into the equation, which would be Nag and Simon equals to 23. So plug those variables in, becomes x plus parentheses x plus 5 close the parentheses equals to 23. Do some algebra. X plus x is 2x. The 5 is left here equals to 23. Subtract 5 to both sides. You get x equals to 18. Divide 2. You get x equals to 9. Therefore, that's how they got the answer of 9 books that Nag reads. Okay, this is the solution step to this problem. Okay, I understand the wording of it is really confusing. Okay, this is where this question is based from. So set it up. Max and Alex equals to 37. Max is x. Alex is x plus 5 because it says Alex read 5 more books than Max. Plug it in. It becomes x plus parentheses x plus 5 close the parentheses equals to 37. X plus x is 2x. The 5 is right there equals to 37. Subtract 5 to both sides. You get 2x equals to 32. Divide by 2 to both sides. You get x equals to 16. Therefore, you would say Max read 16 books. Number 3. The ratio of x over y and y over z are equivalent to one another. Select all the statement that must be true. Okay. To do this, there's some algebra here. Okay. So this are equivalent means they're equal. Equivalent means equal. X divided by y must be equal to y over z. The first one, x must be equal to z. Do you see where x was here? It was replaced by z. If I put z here, are these the same? No. So you would say not equivalent. The next one is equivalent. Let me show you. If you cross multiply, so x times z, okay, and y times y, which is 2y. Sorry, this should not be 2y. It should be y squared, okay? But when you cross multiply, it's the same amount, okay? You could also see this as the flip. Yes, so yes, they are equivalent by checking by cross multiplying. Please understand this is y squared, not 2y. Next one, this is not equivalent because when you subtract, it wouldn't make sense. This is also not equivalent because they are equal, not inequalities. So this is an equal sign. There's no way you can make it an inequality. And lastly, this is true. If x equals to y, then y equals to z. Okay, because take a look. If you set x equals to y, so the x was right here, it became y, and the right value it's y over z. The top value here also becomes z because y becomes z. So y over y becomes 1, which is the same thing as z over z equals to 1. Okay, there you go. Right? If you need to go back and listen to my explanation, go ahead. Okay? But I'm not going to repeat it because I'm going to say the same information. So just rewatch the clip. Number 4, Peter can mow the lawn in 400 minutes and John can mow the lawn in 600 minutes. How long will it take for them to mow the lawn together? If you said this is 60 plus 40, which is 100, which is wrong. If they do it together, it would be quicker. Sometimes a lot of students believe it's 60 plus 40 then divided by 2, right? Which is what, 50 minutes? It wouldn't make sense. It would have to be lower because they're working together. Okay? So, also note that the b here was supposed to be 12. Okay? So, let x equals to the times, which is the hour it takes for both of them. So it becomes this equation. X, which is your job, parentheses 1 over 40 plus 1 over 60, close the parentheses, equals to 1. 1 represents the total job. Right? Multiply both sides by 120. How do I get 120? Because the greatest common factor of 40 and 60 is 120. That means 40 and 60, the number that they multiply together becomes 120. Originally, you could say 240, but that would be still too high. Okay, the lowest one would be 120 because 40 and 60 go both in 120. So in this case, you multiply everything by 120, so that's how you get x parentheses 40 plus 60 close parentheses equals to 120. 40 plus 60 is 100. Divide by 100 to both sides. X equals to 12. There you go. Okay. Again, this is a little bit complicated if you do not follow this step. This is a very common question that is used in a lot of the tests, so you have to sort of... It's something that, for me, when this was first taught to me, it didn't make sense. And over time, when I kept keep seeing it on the state testing, I just realized I just have to memorize the way it worked. Okay, but you could also guess and check because A wouldn't make sense, B wouldn't make sense, so your best guess would be B or D. Okay, you had a 50-50 chance there, but never pick the one that just adds the 2 times and never picks the one that just adds the 2 times and divided by 2. Okay, those are automatically wrong. Alright, it's always lower than these two. Alright, so there you go. Those are all your solutions for page 1.